Okay, I was talking to somebody who has actually counsel online, both as a counselor and as a client. And the way they did it, they just used emails and Snapchat, I guess. I don't know what Snapchat is, but Curtis is doing it right now. So that's not bad. So what's my point? So what we have is we have a classroom full of students. We also have an equal number of online students. So what I would like to happen is I would like everybody to get the experience of counseling people. It would be ideal if everybody could get the experience of counseling face-to-face. But I'm not exactly sure how we're going to do that with the online people. So what we're going to do is the people that are in the classroom are going to be counseling each other, but they will also be counselors, and they will be, since they will be counseling other people in the classroom, they will get that experience, but we'll also do it online. So I will assign everybody an online counselee. You're the counselor, they're the counselees. Clients, I'll give everybody online clients. Normally what happens with an online client, you have to get to know them, of course. You have to build rapport, and the way you do that is by asking them questions. And you can do that, of course, online with emails. So that's what we're going to start off doing. We don't have any more lectures. This is the last time I'll be filming anything in this class, probably. For the rest of the semester, which includes next week, the one day on Thanksgiving week, and then the next week we'll have two more counseling sessions. So that's a total of 2, 4, 5, 6. So I would like to see everybody get in at least 5 counseling sessions. It's for your own experience, and it's good for you. It's good for you to understand what counseling is all about. You need to find your voice, as I've been saying all along. Your voice, you have your voice, I have my voice. So you need to figure out who you are and how you are going to try to help people, how you are going to present yourself. So that is, and that's why we're going to practice. You need to figure it out. And you need to figure out if this is what you want to do. Most people who are in psychology are counseling psychologists. The vast majority of psychologists are counseling psychologists. So that's not teaching psychologists, not research psychologists, they're counseling psychologists. So you need to figure out if this is what you want to do. Sometimes people will start the program. I had a colleague back in Mississippi who started out as a counseling psychologist, realized she was too fragile to be a counselor, but she was a very dynamic teacher, so she's teaching now. Actually, she's a member of HLC, so she's one of those wandering people that wander around and inspect schools, and she keeps putting on her Facebook page all these schools that she's been to. Isn't this a lovely campus, that kind of thing. Interesting lady, but she started out as a counseling psychologist, discovered that she was too extroverted to be a counselor, that she cared more about how the client saw her than what was going on with the client. I know, it's really kind of an odd situation. But anyway, she decided she didn't want to be a counselor. She would have been she was fairly good at what she did. It just wasn't for her. And she was a much better instructor. And then she went into administration, and now she's an HLC Nazi. Higher Learning Commission. Anyway, she's a really nice lady. I thought she was a nice lady. Maybe she wasn't so nice, I don't know. Anyway, she discovered it wasn't for her. The reason is because she had a problem with her husband. And once she started having problems with her husband, she realized that she'd been abused by, psychologically abused by him. And once she realized that, everything was, I don't know, what a mess. I know. How did she figure out she had a problem with her husband? Guess who told her? Did I get them divorced? They divorced and she married somebody she actually liked, which was kind of, it's always nice to be married to somebody you like. And likes you. It's really kind of neat the way that works. Anyway, okay, so what we're going to do, I'm going to divide up the students. I haven't really done it yet. I have 2, 4, 6, 8 people here. That's perfect. So we'll pair up in here. We'll pair up in here so that we have 6. Okay. So that we can do some counseling. The way it's going to work, half the period you'll be a client, half the period you'll be a counselor, unless you don't have a character. I would suggest that unless you want to do really a lot of counseling, that you come up with a character before next week. That would be nice, the way that works. 'Cause everybody has a character, right? Monique doesn't have. You don't have one, do you? You do have one. You don't have one. Okay. You're going to be a counselor. So you're going to be counseling for an hour, which is about right. And I'll get to the rest of you guys. I will assign 2 people. Actually, in here we're not going to worry about the second person, but I'll assign you somebody in Tuba City. And the Tuba City people, I will give you 2 names, and of course we need all the rest of the histories so that you guys can do this. You can't pass the course. The paper is based on whether you are. The paper is based on your character. So if you don't have a character, you don't have a topic for your paper. Okay. So if you don't write a paper, that's 100 points. You can do the math. It's just gonna you're gonna be really messed up if you don't do your history, which is 50 points, and your paper, which is 100 points. So that'll really mess you up. You really can't pass the class unless you do this. Okay. It is superficial. You guys, you really don't have these problems, but we need to practice. I think we need to practice. So I'm going to go ahead and stop the camera. I'll get to you, you guys that weren't in class today, I'll get to you later. Probably later on today, I will email you with at least 2 clients for you to deal with. But if you don't have your histories in, then you need to get them in because, well, we need to do this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it off, and I'm going to divide you guys.